Back to Contest of Speed Tier 2. We're live from Spa for round 7 of the championship here in Belgium. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me, my trusted companion, Matt's still here. I've not scared you away yet this season. No, it's normally you who does that to me, isn't it?
Yeah, it is me that usually is the one to go side down.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Due to COVID reasons, I'm not doing so at the moment.
Well, such is life. So we're here. Thomas, the first man out on track. Just as he's coming around to finish his outlap, we can jump on board as he comes towards the bus stop chicane, and I believe it's your turn this week, Matt.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks for putting me right on the spot.
It's alright. Do you want to wait a minute?
Oh, mate, I'm not fussed either way, mate. I'm not fussed.
Well, we'll go with Thomas then. So through the bus stop chicane towards the start finish line to start his first time lap.
Yes, indeed.
Let's hide all the nonsense.
The first corner he's going to meet up is La Source. It's important to get good traction out this corner because it's pretty much going to set you up for the next collaborator in a bit. Past the King of Two, yeah, that was a corner apparently. Through Eau Rouge, which is the bottom, and Rayon actually is the top. The RS wide open, and we are going to chill out, relax, choose off braking point, which should be about now. Flicks it into the first part of Le Gomme, which is turn 7, 8, and this is now 9. Runs a bit on the curve, which you want to do. Difficult braking corner into Brussels through turn 10. Now this is turn 11, which also hasn't got an 8. We can run it wide a little bit, not too much, and now the difficult pull-on of turn 12. Touch the curb on the inside if you dare, or if you want a nice little 170 mile an hour crash on the outside. Through 13 and 14 campus, 50 is coming up to now Stavolo. This is now the flowing part of the circuit. Runs a little bit wide, and there is a first invalidation. I know that feeling, I did it last night. Through 16, and here comes turn 17, first half of Blanchimont. Will be flat out during the race. If it's dry, we don't know. To the bus stop chicane, just to finish all that important braking zone, flick it across the first curve, and then the second one we'll go run to the line. But instead, we're going in the pit lane.
Yeah. So now we've had our onboard lap. Let's do some housekeeping, shall we? 2 new guys in tonight, replacing Faxland and Hijacked. The first one we're watching right now, that's Caladre. And don't worry, Team Denmark. I've heard good things as well. Team Denmark has been covered by Team Denmark. And there we go, Dynastics, the other new guy, replacing Hijacked. At the moment at the top of the timing sheets, 141.3. Another Dane.
Fair enough. I mean, that's not a bad banker.
No, not at all. Wizard has gone out on the medium tyre, 43.7 as his opening gambit.
Well, that suggests to me then that it is going to be a dry start at least for the race.
You'd think so, as Blades loses it at Le Gomme. I was on board for that as well. He wants to be careful, he doesn't get himself disqualified here by going the wrong way. Lets those 2 cars go through. We'll spin it round. Yeah, and is now back underway again, but that's that run aborted. Now, who do we want to watch?
I mean, Tichy's the only one I think that's on a lap of any sort, so everyone was either invalidated or bailed out.
So let's have a look then for Tichy. And I'll pull the The social media's up across the bottom of the screen. If you want to support Contest of Speed, make sure you go and follow us on all of those. Subscribe, like, follow, share everything. It's much appreciated.
Do the stuff.
And yes, the stuff we like. So I'll take you down towards the bus stop chicane. Late on the brakes there, trying to use engine braking to help him out. Manages to get through well. Exits a little bit slow. Sets himself a 1:43.5. We're seeing quite a gulf in times here, and it's not as if it's...
yesterday.
Yeah. Which...
Although, yeah. I mean, yesterday was slightly skewed, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
I think the majority of us were on wet setup. Well, I think everyone was on wet setup. If you were
Yeah.
some kind of dry setup, you were crazy.
Yeah, and I think... I'm wondering, because it looks similar to how it did yesterday.
The Wizards has just been given a nice, useful tow by a certain individual.
Has he?
Yes.
Well, in that case, let's put the pressure on and watch the Wizard then as he finishes his lap. He's still on the mediums, so he's going for another run.
He's got it again. He's just slightly down. I think I tried the tow the other day with Ros, and if you get to work, it's probably 10, but it's not as great as you think. I think it's the I want to do it the last portion.
I think in the dry, especially, you're already maxed out by the time you get towards the DRS point. And then once the wing opens, well, in qualifying anyway, the gain isn't massive compared to real life, especially.
I've heard rumours in the EU2 paddock.
Have you?
Yeah.
I love rumours.
A certain individual in the racing point this evening has got some pace.
Yeah, he's much else quick. We'll jump across to him. The Seoul Racing Point this evening. The two guys that are absent, by the way, it's KV in the Williams, and then Wisey Boy in the Racing Point. But by all accounts, Lewis has got some pace.
Yeah, qualifying practice earlier this afternoon, did a 41.4, so that was challenge dynastics actually. And that'll continue. He's a good run of form.
It would.
Tier 2 this season.
It's been the surprise package so far. I'm sorry everybody for having the fastest time set by Dracer across the bottom of the screen. I don't know why that's there.
I had that last week.
Yeah, but he's not set the fastest time. He's currently second. His countryman is in the lead. But looking at Lewis's times at the moment, they're looking good. They're looking good. He's about a tenth away from Dynastics at the moment, as Rosa goes second fastest with a 41.4. And Stumpy slots it into third as well.
According to Montana, there should be Dynastics and that should win this. He reckons he's he's upper echelons of tier 1, but EU2 boys are having none of that. Straight away, Rosa's responded, which is good to see. 41.4.
Yeah, we'll see what Dynastics can do. He's just starting a lap now, I think.
Robin's currently 1/10 up through sector 1. This has been pretty neat and tidy. Now a quarter of a second up, so it's going to stick him towards the Dracer realms of the grid so far.
Well, Lewis has bailed out of his lap. Would have been on for a mid 41 from what I can tell, but he invalidated late on.
If he's doing mid 41s on the mediums, then fair play.
No, he's on the softs, mate.
Blades, I'll come and pick you up in a minute, mate.
Yep, he's gone at Origin Radion, which is not to be.
I mean, it's not unexpected.
No,
not by him, but in terms of drivers, it's probably where you're going to find.
Yeah, most people will crash here, either there or Puon.
Robin with a strong final sector, by the way, Danny. Number 2 temps at that.
Yeah.
45, so.
Yeah, Dynastics at the moment only holding on to one of the 3 quickest sectors. That being sector 2.
And he's pretty much matching his time at the moment.
Yeah, the interesting thing is Rosa holds the fastest time for sector 3 in second place. You have to go all the way down to 13th to find the fastest sector 1.
Formula March.
Formula March has the fastest sector 1.
So Ferrari got it covered for once.
It seems that way. Yeah. Here comes Dynastics then. 41.3 improves by 37 thousandths of a second. Unseen's gone into second place.
Yeah.
So,
probably not much of a walkover as what a couple of people were expecting.
well, he'll have time for another run. Once he gets back to the pits, we'll see how he goes. We've got the Wizard coming out behind him, so be interesting to see what he can do once he gets himself on a fresh set of softs, as he is at the moment.
That's just gone up. Someone's just gone up. Fallen's gone up into 8th. So
Yes.
currently 7th and 8th.
So
Need a good points tool. To Red Bull. Currently sitting in mid-table mediocrity with McLaren and Racing Point constructors.
I don't know why I've not moved away. Jamie then in 10th place. Comes into the pits.
Got to be so careful. We saw, I don't know who it was yesterday, someone hit the ball yesterday on the inside. During qualifying, luckily I think it was Justin. You don't call him out like that.
I just wish he'd done it in the race, then I might have got ahead of him sooner. It's all friendly rivalry. So Formula March still holding on to the fastest first sector, but Dynastics has taken the third sector away from Rosa by all of 14 thousandths of a second. So that's where Dynastics found all of his time, in that final sector. Thomas though now looking good. In fact, looking very good.
Yeah, I've just seen his sector times looking right. I think he's going to be a couple of attempts down. That may have cost him just a smidge.
I think we could be talking about a real life tier, top 5 maybe. Oh, that final sector has cost him. That final sector has cost him massively, actually.
Yeah, I shall have a look at his.
Actually, looking at Tass, it's actually the middle sector where he's lost the most time, around 6/10, actually.
Yeah, wow, he's lost half. Compare that to Dynastics, that 5 to 6 attempts he's lost there, which would pretty much put him up on the second row.
Yeah, so
possibly running less wing, I suppose.
I would say so. Yeah, considering that he's faster than Dynastics in sector 1, although he is slightly slower in sector 3. So
The reason I say I didn't see any blaring mistakes.
no, I didn't. Unless he was just trying to get a banker in and took corners like Pouan easier. Just to make sure he could get a lap in, rather.
The Wizard is currently on the lap and it is on the soft tyre. So everyone out on the softs.
Yep, 29.8 through sector 1, that puts him ahead of Dynastics. 44.0 through sector 2, which puts him quite a way down, actually.
He was 1 second up on his time, so if you carry that through to the end, probably 41. So there we go.
Yep, 41.9 for the Wizard. Matched the leaders through the final sector and the first sector, but again,
Cox has lost it through Pouan.
let's jump across and he's gone. Jonathan Cox, one of the guys traditionally near the front of the pack, will be starting at the back. The man who we need to see though, and see how he does, is Lewis. He's got one shot at this, the way he's left it. And he's going to be coming up to some traffic, although that Red Bull gets out of the way. See, how's he doing on time at the moment? 30.0 through sector 1. He's a 10th down on Dynastics there.
Just watched Dracer go through the comp, took an absolute disgusting line through there.
Ooh.
It got away with it as well.
Yeah, Lewis at the moment is looking at around the 42s. It's not quick, unless he can pull out a worldy final sector.
It's coming overcast as well.
41.9 for Lewis. Yeah.
She's lost it.
Oh.
Off the curb in the inside. Yeah.
Coming out of Stabber, is that coming out of Stabberlow?
No, it's further on the track. Stabber. No, it's just before Stabber.
Just before Stabberlow. Oh yeah, I see him now. Yeah.
A few of those cuts through sector 2 are a bit lethal.
If you take just that little bit too much curb, it'll throw you right out.
Run out. ERS is going to put power to the line and improves marginally.
Rosa is a 10th down at the moment on his time. Arbar has invalidated his lap.
And it's Dynastic's about to start his, and it's NSX Unseen is half a temp up at the moment.
Yeah, we're seeing that. Rosa, fastest sector 1 again now through that lap that he's just set.
Seen more than a temp up, putting the pressure on. Here it is. She's got the bus stop to go. It's so important to get it right.
Yeah, made up a massive amount of time in the middle sector.
Gets it stopped. Probably a touch too deep, but probably get away with it.
Short shifts for traction on the exit, crosses the line, takes pole position. 41.2 for Unseen. But what can Dynastics do as the rain starts to fall? He lost it.
He was half a temp far. It would have been interesting.
That's the lap gone for him. As the rain starts to fall. Dynastics will start in second place, but Unseen looks like he's got first for now.
No one is improving, I don't think, at the moment.
No, Droser has invalidated. Lewis is on an in lap, I think. We should see him just peel in now. Yep.
Yeah, it's just fallen. He's only just matching.
Yeah, the rain coming down. You can see it coming over the top of the halo.
Small improvements, although that improvement put him probably up to 8th, actually. 10th and a half.
Yeah, it would do at the moment. Such tight margins towards the middle of the pack. Every thousandth will count. Gets it stopped well through the bus stop. Does improve, gets ahead of his teammate into 10th place and breaks the 1 minute 42 barrier.
Just falling up to an Unseen on their in-lap, so concludes qualifying.
Yes. So Unseen then takes pole, and none of his usual rivals with him, with KV absent. Dan Robbo not performing to the standard we're used to, although he did say coming into this that his pace was
mediocre.
Yes, he wasn't expecting a good performance. He wasn't expecting much from tonight. Rosa, I think, is the surprising one. I mean, you've practiced with him this week. Is that representative of what he's been able to do?
He's been pushing it. It's very much been a likelihood of happening. Was targeting probably the low 41s at one point. So yeah, I think he'd be pleasantly surprised and happy with being third on the grid in a good position.
Certainly is, yeah.
Especially for the old slipstream effect that we're going to see down the Kemmel Straight on the first lap. That's if it's dry.
Kaladra's, I think it is. Have we had confirmation yet?
From Mr. Spud himself.
Ah, so dry race. Should be good. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more action than last night. Although last night was a good race in a different kind of way. There was...
No, it wasn't.
You won, man!
I didn't enjoy it. It was so horrible.
I loved every second of it.
Going.
Apart from not being able to get past Ricky at the end. And long-time viewers will know why that's annoying. Those of you who don't...
Is the widest thing.
Yeah, Ricky has a habit of making that making a car the widest object in existence.
No, it's just more the fact last night it was people very similar pace, and it was just so difficult to either
Get close.
that gap or get close enough to overtake. I know Robert was getting frustrated by it last night. I think if it was the other way around, I would be as well.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, and then that late VSC throwing the tactical spanner in the works. But NSX Unseen then takes pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix with NWS Dynastics in second place and Rosa completing the top three. Robin or Real Life in fourth place, Andreas Dresser in fifth, Jamie in sixth, Stumpy in seventh, Lewis or Racer in eighth, after what was essentially a one-shot qualifying. Wizard in 9th, Fall in 10th. Those guys, assuming it is dry, will all have to start on the soft tyre. Outside the top 10 then we have Arbar in 11th place, Dan Robbo in 12th, Thomas in 13th, Caladre in 14th, Tichy in 15th, Formula March 16th, and Blades in 17th. I think it's Blades, or is it Jonathan Cox? I think it's Jonathan Cox there. And then Blades is behind him. Glorious sunshine in the Belgian mountains. Who's going to be the naughty one? I reckon
it's going to be one of the two new guys, because it always is.
You say that.
Has Andreas been nice enough to tell them?
Yeah, I think he will have been, and I think Dynastics is the kind of guy to read the rules through thoroughly, and Caladre is Andreas' teammate, of course. But they're all seeming to be well behaved tonight, actually. So then, whilst we're waiting for one of them to press the button, let's have a look and see what predictions do you all have at home. Make sure you get them in the chat for us and we will have a look and see what people think. Robert straight in, he says Dynastics, Unseen and Dress 3.
That wouldn't surprise.
Montana's in, he says Unseen, Unseen, Unseen. Yes, we know he's your driver. Behave yourself. Blaze. Yeah, Blaze, you're normally in with a prediction. Where are you, man?
He's there.
I know he's here. I mean, he's not put a prediction yet.
Stod's trying to explain the whole me and George Russell thing to him.
Ah. Oh, you should have said I can do that. Basically, Matt looks like George Russell if his legs were cut in half. Yeah.
I'm trying to work that.
Basically saying you're a short George Russell.
Yeah, and?
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that's what it is. Spod's in, he says Unseen Dynastics, and then Dan Robbo up into third place. And
I think Dan would take that if that actually happened.
Yeah, he would. Definitely would. Arbar pressed the button, so that's admin confirmation there. We are good to go, people.
This obviously came up in conversation, I think, last night. For Thomas' sake, for everyone else, it's all about setup, changes, fuel load, strategy. Especially if it's gone from wet to dry.
Yes.
And also, for some people, load in about 10 or 15 seconds after everyone else. So it's
yeah, it's
fairness.
Yes. We only make you wait 1 minute. It's not a massive amount of time. Gives people a chance to just after qualifying rehydrate, perform all manner of fluid balance adjustments.
And interesting strategy call, Stan.
Let's have a look. I've not gone across just yet to the tyres then. Right. So, obviously the top 10 all have to start on the soft tyre. That's the tyre they're qualified on, given that the race start is dry. Everyone outside the top 10 has free choice, and it appears everyone has gone mediums bar 2. That's Dan and Pure Blades.
I think Blades is further enough apart from Robin, so no strategy. Dan's by himself, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Yep, he can do what he likes. The other man who can do that, of course, is Lewis in P8. He's limited on his tyre choices. So we'll see how we get on then once we get underway. There was a prediction earlier on, I can't remember who from, saying that well, they said odds on a safety car first lap. I'm not so sure that's going to happen.
Well, I think there's going to be 3 people that may lose it.
What, on lap 1?
No, not on lap 1, I think.
Oh, all the way through.
Rouge claim 2 drivers? Maybe 3. Depends, it's all about that heavy fuel load. Obviously, we're trying to commentate, having not done any, well, I say any running, but we didn't race in dry conditions yesterday. And so for some of these guys, it's a bit alien in terms of strategy as well.
Yeah. How many? I didn't think anyone went out at Eau Rouge yesterday. Either that, or I was just so focused on actually driving in those conditions I didn't notice.
I think a couple of people had a spin or a tank slap and got away with it. But it was, I think it was corners like Le Com and No Name caught a couple of people out as well. So it's.
Fair enough. So we wait then for the final cars to assemble. That's Blades at the back, of course. Oh, the glitch. Always the glitch. 5 lights then. They go out. We wait for said glitch. The revs build. And away we go in Spa. Looks like a good start from the 2 front runners, but Unseen's going to keep the lead into turn 1. Ross is going to be mogged into turn 1 as well behind him, but he seems to have fought back by keeping the inside line. Jonathan Cox and Pureblade's getting ahead of Formula March and Tichy, who's had a shocking start. Fallen as well, making his way up the pack, but so far it's Dynastics tucked right in behind Unseen as we head up onto the Camel Straight. They've all seemed to make it through. Eau Rouge and Radion. Okay.
I think Blade's got past Caledra from Rouge. That was going on.
Yeah, I think Caledra's got a problem. He's dropping down.
Oh, I touched the back of Lewis in front. Jamie's contact between Jamie and Stumpy. Fallen's collected them, and yeah, Jamie's round. Keeps it running.
He's round, and he's. I think he's okay. Wizard has 2 warnings already.
No, Dan isn't. Dan's got front wing damage, I think.
Damage, we've got... Racer has front damage, Fallen has front wing damage, Blades...
Lewis is off damage somewhere, he's dropped like 4 places in one...
Yeah, he has. Lewis is... Lewis is carrying wing damage, so is Dan, Blades has it. No, Jamie's all clear.
Away with that then.
Yep. Fallen is the man who's doing best at the moment with wing damage. He's holding on to P7.
Yeah, Lewis is massively struggling. It's like a mobile chicane.
When he's coming up to Blanchimont, this is going to be tough. And we're going to see Pure Blaze go for a move around the outside. As Caledra goes for a move on the Wizard ahead of us. It's squeezed out, and we see all of these guys come into the pits. 4 cars affected with first lap tangles. 5, yes, stands in as well, of course. Meanwhile, back at the front then, heading back towards Eau Rouge, we ride on board with Dynastics. He can practically smell the gearbox oil of that McLaren. Both Renault powered, of course. But here we go. Change for the lead. Great time to change cameras there, Codemasters. Dynastics on the brakes, gets himself ahead, leaves room for Unseen, and then cuts the door shut. Cuts it shut? Slams it shut.
Just roll with it, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll go with it, yeah. So we have a new race leader then, and that's NWS Dynastics. Roz has managed to hold on to 3rd place after what looked like a shaky getaway. Kept it on the inside to stay ahead of Robin and Andreas. So, big winners off the first couple of laps then. We've got Formula March up 5 places, Caledra up 4, Thomas up 5, and Albar up 4. Big losers, Jamie, Fallen, Lewis and Dan down 7, 4, 9 and 6.
Yep. All guys that came in on the first lap have gone to mediums. other than Lewis, he's gone hard, so Lewis will make it to the end. Mediums will be an interesting prospect. Those guys are really looking for a VSC or safety car to try and keep him in the race.
Yeah, Lewis going for the guaranteed strategy, although the hard tyres are a nightmare. Medium runners will be able to go the furthest into the race, maybe around lap 15, 16, and then change, and they'll be hoping, like you say, for a safety car or a VSC to get them back in the mix.
Big gap was created between the top 6 and Arbar, who has made his way up from 11. Just trying to hunt soft runners down.
That won't happen for a couple of laps, but we're going to see a move from Dracer here, I think. DRS open now, of course, but so is Rosses, as he's within range of Unseen. Dracer going round the outside of the Ferrari, which becomes the inside to take third place. Great racing from the two Ferrari-powered cars. Lock up for Andreas into Brussels.
Yeah, he struggled through that during qualifying. I was noticing he was looking up. Guys running without ABS will struggle more in that corner because of the camber of the turn.
Yep. Stumpy at the moment dropping away from this lead group, and could end up being the man to lose out most if he can't keep himself in DRS range. He'll be the one that Arbar finds first.
Unseen's had a very poor middle sector. 1.8 seconds is now the gap.
Yep, he's going to become Andreas's next target, and without the benefit of DRS from the car ahead, he could struggle.
And then Wizard's off.
Yep.
Wizard's off, done it.
Yeah, at Stavilo.
Now, and that looks like front wing damage as well.
It is, yes, complete front wing damage for him on that. That right hand side, complete front wing damage. I'm just going to jump back though to Andreas and Unseen's battle for what will be second place. Unseen seems to be dropping away by around, to be honest, it looks like it's almost like a second a lap to Dynastics at the moment, and Dracer right up behind. DRS wing opens and this will be easy. Straight through into second place, so we now have a Denmark 1-2. Caladre down in 9th at the moment, but he's on the alternative strategy.
Made that 10th. Fallen March has got past.
Yeah, good point.
Andreas looks like the second fastest car out there so far. I don't want to put any curse on it, but
the key will be how fast he can pull away from Unseen, because Dynastics is away up the road, so he's not going to get DRS to help him.
I would say it's more important to see if he can maintain the gap between Dynastics and actually keep it to around this 2-second mark. Pure Blades and Lewis. Blades is round, he's okay.
He's round at Lecom again. That's where he went in qualifying. Those tyres are going to be very hot.
Yeah, him and Lewis got very close to each other. I don't know if there was any contact between the two. It's like fine over 50.
Yep. Dracer's increasing his gap ever so slightly to Unseen, but at the same time, Dynastics is starting to pull away up front.
Yeah, Ethan's in 4th, just about keeping himself DRS window. It'll be interesting to see where Arbar actually and Thomas start gaining time on the guys in front.
Well,
yet.
I think they are. I think they're at the point where it's starting to hold, because originally it was just hovering around the 4 seconds. We're just under that now, and I can't work out just yet whether that's because we've got a cork in the bottle in the form of Andreas and Unseen, or whether because the soft tyres are going off slightly.
Stumpy Danny is looking to go past Robin.
Yep, not quite got the pace, not quite close enough, and Andreas has held Unseen behind him, at least for one more lap.
Another lock up into Brussels.
So then, looking at the penalty situation at the moment, guys who have them. Pure Blades has one, and Jonathan Cox has 1. Everybody else is clean still. Makes a sharp contrast to last night. I think just about everybody managed to get warnings in the end and penalties.
Yeah, 2 warnings. I was travelling with for the last 5 laps. It's been tense because I think Robert was squeaky clean last, possibly.
I could check. I could check, but that's not why we're here. Andreas then now 3 seconds behind Dynastics in the lead of the Grand Prix. Unseen, still within touching distance.
Yeah, Andreas is the one out of the front 3 that's really struggling with ERS percentage. Quite difficult to get it back effectively.
It is when you're not in DRS range of somebody, yeah, definitely. But that gap now between the medium runners and the soft runners is coming down.
Something's got a better run this time. Danny should get this one done. Robin's not got DRS around the outside, and that looked pretty simple.
Yeah, Robin's got no ERS either. Rosa picks up 3 seconds.
That's going to be the inside of turn 6.
He'll have chopped across the com. Robin touches the back of Stumpy's Alfa Romeo.
Those two getting a little too close and personal.
Yeah, Rosa's dropped away from Unseen, which could leave him vulnerable if Stumpy can make his way up the road.
He's teetering on the edge.
I think we could see some guys starting to pit this time around. We've got some soft runners with their tyre wear heading over the halfway mark, over that 50%. Arbar dragging Thomas with him, now 2.5 seconds behind the nearest soft runner.
Interesting though, further down, I know it's 15, 16, 17 and 18, but it's the medium runners stuck behind the hards.
Indeed it is. Jonathan Cox, the man who's really a long way back. Jamie closing in on Tichy for P11.
Danny 2.3 seconds now, so
closing in.
Yeah, really eating, and he's dropped Thomas as well, so Thomas needs to probably push a little bit on this lap to get dragged again.
Looks that way. Unseen, half a second behind now, the closest he's been so far. Will ride on board. DRS window will open. And oh, this is easy move for Unseen to the inside of Lecom. And he's ahead before the apex.
Andreas not got much ERS left, so difficult to maintain that position.
Yeah, I think we might see Andreas sit behind for a couple of laps to recharge the battery and then go again. That's what I'd be thinking to do anyway. So we're into that phase of the race then, where people start to think about tyre life, think about undercuts and strategy calls.
These guys should get away with it. The front 3 or 4 may, no, I'll say 3, 4, probably the top 6 may just about get away with coming out in front of Jonathan Cox. Because don't forget, Jonathan Cox is the leading car that pitted for mediums after that first lap carnage.
Yeah, good point. And then the Wizard, the man who's really lost out, but those hard tyres will see him through to the end. As our race leader comes into the pits, followed by Unseen and Andreas. Rosa's going to carry on though, he's going for one more lap.
Stumpy got a very poor exit.
And we've got a yellow flag in sector 2, that's for Dan who's gone off. Well, in which corner's that?
It's turn 14.
Yeah, Lefanier.
Yeah, probably touched the curb on the inside on the right-hander and the old Spinale.
Okay then, so Jamie came in as well for a fresh set of medium tyres.
Yeah, Jamie's gonna probably drop behind. You can get out in front of Lewis, which is quite important.
Collegians.
Wizards are going side by side through the bus stop. Blades around the outside and gets the move done. That's for 16th place.
Yeah, and the Wizard will be savvy.
Oh, they both tried to play for the DRS. I saw that.
Blades gets his elbows out and forces the Wizard wide. I'm not sure who's going to get it here. It's going to be Blades who has it. Almost waited for the Wizard down the straight there. Let's see then who's got it. It is Blades. Oh, there's squeezing going on. It's great. Blades has sent it. There's contact between the two. Wizard does well to avoid a tictum. Great fighting at the back of the pack. A little bit handbags at dawn, but these two won't mind. Good friends off the track. Dynastics makes it past Tidshi as well. As Rosa comes into the pits, and I've been hoping that traffic would have held Dynastics up more. I don't think it has.
That was great, though. That was side by side through Blanchimont.
The grip of those fresh tyres coming into their own, and Dynastics retakes what will be the net lead, and has quite a gap as well.
He's had a really bad lap. Look where he's compared to Dynastics. Oh no.
He's not that far away.
Well, he's lost a bit though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Formula March and Collegiate going at it again. Formula March around the outside of Lecom.
Yep.
Retakes what is for now third position. But Dynastics right behind the pair of them.
God, great drive.
Locks up slightly into Brussels, but finds his way through.
Seven and 8, the battle continues.
And Blades has gone at Rouge and Radion. Will we see a safety car?
Yes.
Well, I don't think we're going to see anything.
Surprised.
As am I. Let's ride on board with Dan then. We should be able to see the stricken Alpha Tauri on the left hand side. Oh, it's right in the middle of the track. Why is that not a safety car?
I mean, red flag? Oh, Wizards.
Wizard's gone straight through him. Dan and the Wizard both came in for mediums. And if that had been a safety car, they would have been in prime position to get back in the race.
James got past Fulham, and that's on the run up to the Blanchimont again. So drivers usually overtaking interesting areas, to say the least.
Dynastics has got past Formula March, probably on that same run through Blanchimont. It's not going to be enough to keep him out of DRS though, and Dan's gone at Pouhon. He's not out of the race, he's back running again. But there is some serious front wing damage there on that Williams.
Go and get another one. Go and get another wing, I've got loads.
Crack on. Oh yeah, Kevy's not here, is he? They'll just paint over the number.
Yeah, exactly. That's crack on.
Yeah. Dracer then held behind unseen at the moment, who neither of whom have...
Jonathan Cox is in the wall, and somehow...
And there we go, full course safety car. Full course safety car. So what do you go for now? 12 laps to go.
That car's not moving.
If I'm Arbar and pit him. Definitely. Actually no, he can't. He can't, it's the wrong time.
I know who's going to now like it this. I know he's not had a tough time, but Wizard and Dan would be like, oh, safety car, that's nice.
Yeah, we're back in the running, albeit towards the back of the pack. Arbar's the man, well, Arbar, Thomas, and...
mediums is a bit of a predicament, aren't they?
I mean, I suppose you'd have to stop, try and make softs lefts. That's their only option.
They're all going to follow in.
Dynastics will keep going and retake the lead. Harbar's in, yep, for softs. Has to try and make them last a half race distance. Ferrari crew are out for somebody, and that's for hard tyres. That's Formula March.
So now you'll probably be listening to this. Dan's put on his first set of mediums, right? Would you go back in and put the other set on, which he only did like a lap on?
Given that he's at the back of the pack, yes, I would. Although, to be honest, I'd be tempted to go with a fresh set of softs if he's got them, and just try and make them last, because
So I was just thinking out loud.
yeah, well, actually, it's a hard one. I'd definitely go back in and cycle the tyres. He's got nothing to lose with that.
So this is what they did, the mediums. I went softs. Caledro went softs as well. Probably said that. I probably wasn't listening.
I only mentioned about Formula March, gone on to hards.
Yeah, Thomas went hards as well. So
those guys will definitely make it to the end. The guys on the soft tyres, so Arbar and Caledro, they're going to be relying on some serious tyre management skills. Both will come out on a scrubbed set that they used in qualifying, so that's between 5 and 8% wear for tyres.
that's my pet hate.
5 seconds under safety car.
3 seconds for exceeding traffic on the safety. I think Dan's just lost it in the pit lane, which would be interesting.
It would. We'll jump on board quick, see if there's a wing change necessary.
More wings and more wings and more wings.
Yes, wing change! And he's in for the old set of medium tyres and a wing change. And he can go and catch the pack up. Take him a couple of laps, which will play into the hands of the soft runners. The longer this safety car stays out, the better for them.
However, we saw this the last couple of weeks. Got to make that soft tyre use the advantage of it.
Yep, you got to push hard early.
Because at the end, they are going to be not great to be running on. Dan and Wizards have cycled through tyres.
They have. Interestingly enough, Lewis and Unseen currently burning off extra fuel.
What? I think some people have had the same idea. Formula March and Tichy are both coming in off the hards onto the mediums because they're near the back.
Formula March has gone softs.
Softs. Tichy will probably do the same then.
We'll see. No, Titch has gone fresh set of mediums, so he's cycled tyres.
Yeah,
That's a good strategy call from Titch.
It is very cut and dry. I would rather be on mediums than softs because I know the mediums are more consistent in terms of pace rather than softs will deteriorate.
The thing we've got to worry about, though, well, I say worry, the thing we've got to think about, though, is Dan is going to, it's going to take him, I reckon, at least the rest of this lap to catch up.
I reckon it will come in.
Well, regardless of where he is. If he can catch them before the Sector 3 split, so before Stavolo, and that's before the safety cars got past Stavolo.
Well, he's gone. And to be honest, I thought he was going to take the mick and go in with the softs as well.
No, that would have been good, though, to be fair.
So, you know what that means also as well. I feel there's a few people out there on the codename Rainbow strategy.
Let's have a look. I can do that. Just whilst I'm on here, Dynastics, Unseen, Racer, Tichy, and Dan now are all burning off excess fuel.
Yes.
Everybody else is on lean, saving up.
So, Wizard, Lewis, and Fallen are all on the codename Rainbow strategy.
Yes, they are. Formula March as well is on codename Rainbow. Anybody else on it? No, so Fallen, Lewis, Formula March, and the Wizard.
Now, I'm pretty sure the safety car is... No, the safety car looks like it's going to stay out there.
It'll stay out, yeah. Dan's not caught them before the Sector 3 split, so...
Well, I know what I'll do at this stage.
Oh no, it's coming in.
No!
What a late call that is.
I was going to say, if it stayed out again, if I was down, I was going to stop again and go on softs.
I probably would have done, actually. So we'll jump back to the head of the pack then, Dynastics. Arba and Caladre, incidentally, both sets of tyres there for those guys on 10% wet. We're waiting now for Dynastics to hit the loud pedal.
I'm going to go further down, I'm going to look at see how Fallen does, I think.
And he's going for it now, out of the bus stop chicane. Shocking restart from Unseen. Nearly a second away already. Tracer's closing in behind him, but Roz is there as well. Arba 3/10 off the back of the Ferrari, making those soft tyres count early on after the restart. We've got 10 laps to go, including the one we're on. Arba running overtake and rich through Rouge and Radion.
Wow! That Red Bull was a little bit twitchy on the hard tyres. Could have ended nicely.
It could. So it's as you were then, no overtakes off the restart.
Around the outside, which is still around the outside, and has got past Lewis.
Yep, those soft tyres paying dividends for the Ferrari man. Much pressure, of course. Having pitted later. I don't have exact wear figures. Formula March does not have his telemetry active. So down there now, right behind the Wizard. Both these guys back in the running. Dynastics has got himself a second clear of Unseen already.
That's his important. To be honest though, he needs to get that gap growing because Arba is on the charge, Danny.
Yes, he is. Half a second now between him and Rosette. Waiting for DRS assistance to get himself ahead of that Ferrari, but he needs to make it count as soon as that rear wing overtake assistance comes into play. Because Rosette
around the outside, falling into the bus stop, overs out both of them, and yeah, place done. We've fallen much on the back of the Red Bull.
See, Formula March down the inside into La Source, locks the front right. Fallen will hold position.
Yeah, good car control between those two. It was very tight, but no contact was made.
Little lock up. Formula March might have cost them both dearly. Fallen, those hard tyres weaker through Radion and onto the Camel Straight. Formula March side by side and benefiting from the tow from Jamie. Is it going to be enough? Soft tyres will give him the grip around the outside of the corner and to take 11th place.
Arba didn't get the move done crucially. Danny's still stuck behind.
Yeah.
Ethan in 4th place.
Yeah, and DRS not active yet, so that would probably be in his last chance. Although the front three pulling away from Rosa in 4th. Nearly a second between them. That could be Arba's saving grace if they can get that gap. Gives him almost a free move.
Dynastics has made a mistake, Danny. He lost just over a second through the second sector. I think he lost the rear end going into 13.
Yes, it looks like he has. The rear tyres on that car now significantly more worn than either the fronts or those of his competitors on similar aged tyres. Unseen though, unable to capitalise, still outside that 1 second window, and this lap coming, once Dynastics crosses the line, we will have DRS in effect.
Yeah, Lewis tucked up right up under the wing of the Red Bull. Hard tyres are falling, really struggling now.
Yeah, I mean, before we came into this, if we were going to say one thing about this race, in terms of tyre strategy, it was don't go on the hards.
Don't do it. I can see why he did it, because of the predicament he was in. That was it, 9 laps in and
yeah.
On the mediums.
Well then, Arba, wing open, Rosa managed to keep it.
That could save him.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness me! Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars, mark your diaries. for today was the day.
Tuesday the 15th of September at 10:58 UK time. The Wizard has picked up a penalty.
The Wizard has a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. His run for the Platinum Wizard Award, his own award, is gone. Unbelievable.
I don't care what happens now in the rest of the race, that's it. That's the biggest news.
It is, yeah. That is staggering. And Drace has managed to get ahead of Unseen and has dropped right back into the clutches of Rosa and Arbar. I don't know what's gone on with Unseen. We were too busy, well, picking our jaws up off the floor that the Wizard's managed to get himself a penalty.
I don't know about you, but it may be just the camera angle and the TV screen I've got in front of it. Unseen's right rear looks horrendous.
Unseen's right rear. No, actually his right rear is only at 25%. His left rear is more worn. Oh, Arbar's got the run here on Rosa. Got a shocking exit from La Source. Arbar opens the wing into overtake. It is, both of them with DRS. Who's got less wing? Arbar gets a little bit of a toe off Unseen and uses the extra grip from those soft tyres to finally get himself through, but he's wasted a lot of tyre life, almost half of their usable life. And he's still got 6 laps to go.
Yes, it's fallen on March as well, just can't get past. Everyone else has got the DRS in front of him. It's so difficult then to make the overtakes that he needs to do. You can see the pace is there, he's weaving all around behind Jamie in front through the first sector, but just couldn't get past.
Yeah. Looking at telemetry then, we can see that Andreas is actually the man on the move right now, only 1.5 seconds behind Dynastics. Yes, it's hovering and bouncing up and down, but Andreas has got more fuel. They've got very similar ERS, which is to say not much.
Yeah, the front three actually, Danny, are all struggling with the ERS.
Arbar doing very well on it, actually, which could serve him in good stead.
Just want to point out the gap of the field is 13.5 seconds, by the way. Anyone with significant penalties will lose handfuls of places.
So then, looking at guys who do have penalties, Dynastics is 1 warning away. Andreas only has 1 warning, so he's got something in the bank. Unseen, 1 warning away. Arbar.
Getting closer.
Arbar makes it through into 3rd place. Soft tyre still serving him well up to now. He's got a penalty though, so he'll need to get himself well clear.
Gaps opened up for him, by the way, because Stumpy and Thomas are kind of not really going anywhere.
No, they're pushing themselves further away. That's Formula March in the Ferrari. He's managed to save it. No wing damage that I can see.
Looks all good.
Yeah, only managed to lose a couple of places. Oh, and that's the Wizard. That's the Wizard.
Guess who he was by?
Oh no. I don't want there to be another one. I know we pick up the drama, but I don't want another one. It's so difficult to deal with, man. Jamie picks up a penalty as well. That's him onto 3 seconds. So, going back through, Rosa has 1. Stumpy and Thomas are both clear, as is Real Life. Then we've got Caladrate, Jamie, they both have penalties. Lewis is clear. Formula March has 1. Fallen has 1. Tichy is clear. Dan has 2, and the Wizard has 1.
Thomas, by the way, actually, we've seen Fallen drop down on the hard tyres. Thomas has pretty much been able to maintain where he was.
Yeah, he's doing alright, isn't he, on them? And now might be the time where they start to balance out with the mediums.
And Stumpy's managed to get himself, he's pushed that lap because he's managed to put away from time to touch and is in the DRS. He got the DRS down the Kemmel straight to Ethan in front. Meanwhile, Ethan's teammate Full March has retaken that 11th position.
Yeah, that's got ahead of Lewis down the Kemmel straight.
Disappointing race for Lewis, I feel.
Yeah, I think so, given the promise he showed leading up to it this week. I think he would have expected better from himself, although he is clear on penalties, and that will jump him a couple of places. So it's not over yet. Looking at tyre wear then, especially for the hard runners, those guys are still in the 20s. Thomas in particular, low 20s for him. All of the medium runners ahead of him are all in the high 30s and 40s. Oh, that'll cost him.
14 seconds between first and 50. It just shows though that everyone's running similar pace.
Yeah, and Dynastics has led here from start to finish once he got himself ahead of Unseen on I think lap 2, but he's not put in the immensely dominant performance that I think many were expecting beforehand. Now whether he's just taking it easy,
I think fearing in terms of maybe a bit out of place, but
yeah,
people can match with it in qualifying, and let's be honest, races at the moment is keeping him honest.
Yeah,
he just
I
needs
think
to make one more mistake, that's it. Time penalty.
Yeah, I think if Andreas had been near the front at the very start, if he'd been closer to him, then I think...
Speaking of absolute treachery in the Riley household this
oh,
evening.
both of them bringing shame upon Clan Riley. Yeah, I think if Andreas had been closer to the front earlier on...
Oh, Wizards lost it through a Rouge and...
Rodion, and safety car is out. We've got a 3-lap sprint to the finish. This brings all the penalty strewn runners.
Oh, Robin, no! No. 5 seconds for a severe collision with Thomas, and yes, it was a severe collision because he's got not a front wing on it.
Yeah. So what would you do now? Are you pitting for softs? Are you going to stay out?
I think you just got to pit for softs. If I'm being honest, I was just trying to think, if you got loads of penalties, is it worth staying out?
So what do we think?
No, actually, don't think about it. It could be because I don't think they're going to get. They may not get DRS.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. This does help the likes of Arbar and Formula March and Caladri, who've been stretching those soft tyres. Unseen, he's coming in though, and he's knackered it on the pit entry.
No, I've got to keep it moving because Cody's is going to absolutely lunch it.
Yep, he's knackered that pit entry, and that will have cost him any chance he had of a podium.
So Dan stayed out. So Dan's in 10th. Look, actually, no, quite a few people. I'm surprised Thomas didn't come in, but
I suppose
not at the same time.
Track position for him is going to be important. His tyres are still fairly well worn, and if there's a big enough buffer behind him, those guys aren't going to catch him and overtake as easily as they might think. So
I don't want to think who's going to finish where with the penalties situation.
Well, I think the key thing we need to remember is that the leading two, neither of them have penalties. Dynastics is 1 warning away, and Andreas has 2 warnings to play with, so it could come down to the final lap depending on how those two go. Arba, Rosa, they both have penalties. Stumpy does not. And after what I think he will admit himself has been a bit of a ghostly performance, he's not really shone out as a...
lurking in the shadows.
He has. He could be in line for another podium here.
I mean, we're talking from EU3 experience. We've had a couple smash and grabs
Yeah.
already this season.
Namely against us. It has to be said. Well, you might be, but I'm not.
On those occasions, it showed if you didn't have penalties, then you would make up massive amounts of positions. So like Italy, and we've seen that in Monza as well.
Yeah, Brazil
so
as well for us.
Monza and Brazil.
Yeah. Okay then, safety car in this lap. We will jump back to our race leader, Dynastics, getting ready to lead us away. And he's gone early. He's gone very early. Oh no, he slowed down. He slowed down again. That's...
We don't want to see another incident of...
we don't want to see a Magello.
Yeah.
I did think that was early, to be honest with you.
The safety car is in, so he's probably going to go out of the bus stop. Yep, and he is. Which looks like, yeah. Oh, he's not. He's really slowing it down.
Yeah, he went like this before, and it fooled on scene. But Andreas looks like he's learned from his predecessor's mistakes, and he's close behind. Arbar as well, looking to get himself clear. Don't forget, with that 3-second time penalty.
Oh, contact between Fornwatch and Jamie. It's alright. We've kept out
Both
the
seem to be going well still.
Oh, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, they've done it! Side by side through Eau Rouge and
Three wide through Kemmel. Formula March takes the position. Racer and Caladri side by side, both on fresh soft tyres.
Yeah, Lewis has got the boxing in problem. He's going to dive it down the inside.
Oh, there's a lot of contact there between the two. They both keep it out of the wall, but Caladri takes 10th place. Formula March in danger of being mugged by all the soft runners. Tichy round the outside of the Ferrari, who drifts and keeps hold, but that puts the McLaren of Unseen into 14th place. And Formula March with wing damage.
I'll tell you what, Lewis is getting his elbows out. He's just got it out to Caladri. Oh, and he nearly made contact with Dan.
Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack then, Dracer's still within that second window of Dynastics. I don't think it's going to matter. They're not going to get it before the end of the race, but he's holding it there. Arbar 6/10 behind, but with a penalty. Same for Rosa.
Oh, that's getting so close and made contact with them. I'll tell you what, the Red Bull and the Alpha were just pushing down round the corner. That's just probably thinking, just leave me alone, for goodness sake.
Now down to 11th place. Caladri closing in behind.
Yeah, he's got front wing damage, so
he might as well just keep going now. It's only one lap to go.
Oh, contact at the back as well. It's Tichy and Unseen.
Looking at the penalty situation then, at the moment Stumpy is in line for P3. That's the one we need to keep an eye on. Dynastics isn't going to get a penalty at this rate. Andreas drops outside the second window.
These guys should be alright though, because they should still get a top 6. Lewis is 2.2 seconds off 6th place, which is Thomas, who's doing exceedingly well on those hard tyres. Staying in the race.
Yep, Lewis right now would jump up to 6th place, depending on what happens to Rosa here. Rosa is one warning away from his second penalty. If that happens, he dropped behind. He dropped behind Lewis and Thomas. Actually, yeah, he dropped into at least 7th place. Dan picks up another penalty, but that's.
Don't think he cares at this point.
No, that's not going to change anything from where he is. We're waiting to see what happens with the race leader. Is he going to win on debut then? NWS Dynastics, he has Blanchimont and the bus stop to go. One mistake could throw it all away. All the ERS is burnt into the bus stop chicane. Keeps it clean there. Clean on the entry to the second part, doesn't run wide. NWS Dynastics wins the Belgian Grand Prix in Tier 2 with Dracer Bassin in 2nd place. Stumpy jumps to 3rd. Arbar holds on to 4th place, and I think after the race he's had, that's a great achievement. Rosa in 5th place. Thomas in 6th. I think, did Lewis stay 7th?
I think he's managed to burger it. Yeah, 7th. Jamie 8th. Fallen 9th. Unseen was in 10th. Yeah. And fastest lap done as well on the last lap.
Who for?
Dynastics.
Dynastics. So maximum points then for Renault. Could this be the turning of the tide in the Constructors' Championship? We can only wait and see. But what seems to be the case, the Danish revolution continues. Dynastics takes the win with his countryman close behind. And you have to say, it was a great performance. So then, Stumpy managed to get himself up into 3rd place by virtue of being clear of penalties. Arbar in 4th, Rosa in 5th, Thomas 6th, Racer 7th, Jamie in 8th, Fallen 9th, Unseen got himself back up to 10th for a vital championship point, Tichy in 11th, Real Life 12th, Formula March 13th, Caledro 14th, and Dan in 15th. Your retirements were The Wizard, Jonathan Cox, and Pure Blades.
Lewis with fastest lap as well.
I'm just thinking about interviews. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we can squeeze a couple in quick? Because
potentially.
Yeah.
Try keel over in this heat.
Yeah, go on then. We'll get a couple in quick. You can invite the top 3 to the commentary box, please. So, whilst Matt's doing that, I will do me plugs. If you've enjoyed Contest of Speed and you want to watch some more of our races, you can do so. Head over to our YouTube channel and you can watch back any of the races that you've that we've previously run. And you can watch them there in full and enjoy them. If, however, you want to see more live racing, you can do that right here, twitch.tv/Contest of Speed. And we race 6 times a week now. 4 European, 3 American. European tiers run on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday at 10 PM in the UK. That's 5 PM Eastern. And that's tiers 3, 2, 1 and 4 respectively. AM tiers run on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's tiers 2 and 1. And they run at 9 PM Eastern, which is, I believe...
Unless you're a nutter, it's 2 AM in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 AM in the UK, which... yeah, it's very early.
It's bedtime by that point, and if you're in Europe, then it's an extra hour.
Yeah.
And you're even more crazy staying up.
Yeah. So then, whilst the guys are dribbling in, let's jump across, have a word. Stumpy!
Hello.
More points, big man.
Yeah. They were leading their half full price and track limits.
Managed to rob yourself a 3rd place, thanks to those safety cars, but points mean points.
Yeah, I knew Rosa had one because I was roughly around his DRS, so I thought I could get him, and I was hoping Arbar's tyres would have gone off, but then the safety car came out.
Yeah.
Anyways, that helped.
Yeah.
So
you got him. So we said on commentary it was a bit of a quiet race for you. You didn't really make massive amounts of waves, but in the end, right back up at the front. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one of my favourite shots. I don't feel that quick right here. I managed to pull up somewhere in qualifying to get somewhere near, and then in the race just tried to keep it clean and tried to stay near the front. I'm not very quick.
Well, you could have fooled us, but great job, mate. The grind keeps going. 15 more points for Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, Team Alpha, yeah!
Yeah, boy!
Up the Alpha.
But great job, mate. Well done, P3. I'll see you next time. Andreas!
Yeah, hello.
Hello. 2nd place today.
2nd place today, yes.
Yeah. Happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dynastics deserved the victory. He was too quick. he probably would have won with like 15 seconds or something if the safety cars wouldn't have come out. But yeah, I had some good race pace, like usual. It's a bit better than my qualifying pace. So yeah, just at the beginning, just take it easy and overtake on the straights. Not take too many risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we did think early on that if you'd been slightly higher up the grid, you might have been able to take it to Dynastics. If you'd been within DRS earlier, and not those 3 seconds behind that you were when you got yourself into second place.
I think he was too quick, to be honest. He was just managing his tires and ERS. So yeah, he set the fastest lap on the last lap as well. Just got beaten by a racer, but yeah, that shows his pace. I probably wouldn't have been able to keep up with that anyway. So I'm happy with P2 and take some more points on Stumpy and KV. So I don't know how. What's that?
Andreas, you have moved yourself up into second in the championship because KV wasn't here this evening and our new championship leader is Stumpy. So I was doing some quick moves.
That's nice. That's nice. No more P5 for me.
No, we'll have to change your name. I was gonna do a Mr. P5 T-shirt, but I can't now.
I got a P5 in qualifying, so
that'll do.
It's still alive.
Yes, the meme's still going.
Of course. I'll get some P5s during the season.
Good stuff. Well done on second place, mate.
Thank you.
That's what I was getting soon. Right then, and the new man, winning on debut. Dynastics, how was it?
Hello. Quite good, I think. Got a good pace around Spa. So,
yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. So, that little mistake in qualifying costing you pole position, was it? Did you worry after that point, or was it always a case of just, I can get these guys?
No, not really, because P2, that's good on Spa because then you got the slipstream and stuff, so I wasn't worried. So,
yeah, good stuff.
I think I had it under control.
Yeah. So, you can say Unseen seemed to drop away after the first couple of laps, which, to be fair, we've seen that from him all season. His race pace is not as consistent as some of the other guys. But did you ever think once Dresser got into second place he could catch you up, or was it always a case of I can hold him at bay, just look after my tyres and my ERS?
Well, of course you're scared if the guy behind you are quicker, and I got 2 warnings, so I was scared about getting the third one and losing the win. So
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure about the win until the last lap, last corner. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more of you while the season continues. So congratulations, first victory, and I believe you were voted as driver of the day as well by the chat. So congratulations with that one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a joke, Andreas and we are always talking about, because I don't get driver of the day like ever. So
No. Yeah, I think it's because you won on debut. I think next week they might be slightly more harsh.
Okay, last question mark challenge, I think.
Yeah. But no, great job, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right. And we're going to end the stream there then. Thank you all at home very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Like we said, if you want to tune in again, you can do so. You can find all the information you need on our website. That's contestofspeed.com. We will see you all again next week, 10 PM UK time from Monaco. And we've got a little surprise in store about the time of day we're racing in, to just to liven up what's normally quite a boring race. So make sure you tune in for that. It is, definitely. We will sign off and leave you in the hands of Bursey J and Perry for tonight's AM2 race. That will be going on in about 2.5 hours time. Yeah. So make sure you tune in for that. Once again, thank you all very much for watching. We will see you next week. Good night.